Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Shane, and welcome back to another episode of the Horror Basement and another episode of the classic horror review series. Now, today we are going to talk about, and I didn't even write down the date for it, not only one of the worst movies I've seen so far doing this series of the quote-unquote classics in the 50 movie box set, but just one of the worst movies I've seen in my entire time watching movies. I'm talking, of course, about The Black Dragon, which is, one, not a horror movie. It's, I guess, more of a wartime propaganda / spy thriller murder mystery. This movie stars Bela Lugosi, most famous for playing Dracula, as the evil Dr. So-and-so, who shows up at a party where 6 of the richest dudes in America are planning to subvert the U.S. war effort or something. So he starts killing them one at a time and leaving Japanese daggers in their hands when their bodies are found. And it's up to the guy who played the Lone Ranger and a bunch of other nondescript cop characters and FBI agents to figure out who is committing these murders of all these rich people, while Bela Lugosi kind of hangs out in the background and is the most obviously foreign and obviously suspicious person ever. And in the end, I'm going to go ahead and spoil this because I don't want you to watch this movie. In the end, it turns out that the entire time, Bela Lugosi's character was a Nazi plastic surgeon who had went to Japan and disguised 6 Japanese dudes up using plastic surgery to make them look like these rich and powerful white business owners so that the Japanese could infiltrate the wealthy elite of the United States and subvert the American war effort. But then the Japanese guys, who are newly rich white businessmen who speak perfect English, they decide to double-cross Nazi Dracula, and they arrest him and put him in a cage, and it's never shown how he escapes, but he is getting his revenge, and of course he gets shot and killed in the end, so all the Lone Ranger and the other Flatfoots get to take all the credit for both stopping this Japanese subversion and also killing Nazi Dr. Dracula. And if that sounds like some insane bullshit, that's because it is. This movie is barely an hour long. It's about, I think, 64 minutes. A good bit of that is B-roll, and they do that lazy thing where they tell you plot points based on, like, zooming in on a newspaper headline to convey information. And everything else that isn't either B-roll or newspaper headlines is just shot in the most cheap and lazy way possible. Bela Lugosi is phoning this one in hardcore, like he's just here cashing a paycheck, and everyone else doesn't really know how to act in their roles because the screenplay itself and the movie they're filming is so low effort and the plot is so insane. I think that basically this movie was just made as a cheap propaganda piece of anti-Japanese U.S. sentiment, and they slapped Bela Lugosi in there for some name recognition. So overall, I'm going to not recommend this movie. Usually anything with Bela Lugosi in it, I'm down to watch it, but this was just, he's wasted in the role. You can tell he's cashing a paycheck, not really trying. And the movie as a whole is not very good. It's actually very bad. That being said, let's take a look at which next 2 classics I'm going to cover here. And that would be Phantom of the Opera, 1925, with Lon Chaney, and Monster from a Prehistoric Planet, 1967. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I upload videos. Hit the like, and leave a comment recommending a movie that you want me to review next. That's going to be it. Thank y'all, and have a good night.